Hi everyone, Shantae with Rooted&Co.
Andrew Kent, how's it going, everybody?
So today we're excited to talk to you about 4 myths of selling a home in today's market. Welcome back. So we're going to share today some of the 4 myths that are going on in the seller's market. Andrew and I are going to chat with you about some of those going on. And one of the top topics right now are you don't need to renovate your home.
You don't need to renovate. So people will say, you can throw it on the market. Everybody's heard these myths of their neighbor putting it on, and in 24 hours, they've got 50 offers and $100K over list price.
Yep.
And while that's happened, typically that property is dialed in. So not renovating, you may not need to do a full remodel, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But paint, maybe carpet, cleaning, dejunking, fixing up the yard, putting some new bark in, something like that. Even if it's not a ton of money, people are kind of lazy, right? They don't want to go into a house that they have to do a whole bunch of work. So even though there's not a lot of houses, people will still pay way more if the home is renovated or updated.
And ready to move in.
Yeah.
All right. Another thing, Andrew, that people are thinking in today's market is that you can price your house sky high and just get whatever you want for your house.
Yep. Dreamland. That's what we call that. So just because your neighbor might have gotten $100,000 over, that doesn't mean you can start there. So there's still some semblance, and this is where a professional comes in, where you want to sit and really talk about it and really look at it and say, not just what did the home sell for, but what are the homes around available for right now? Are there any homes available right now? And still start at a point that is not making buyers mad.
Yeah.
They're like, are you serious? Like, and people already just don't want to even go look at it because it's so much higher. So get with your professional, get with your realtor, get with us, and let's figure out a place to start that gets people excited to come look, and then we can let the bidding war begin.
Okay, Andrew, so another thing, the market's on fire. People don't have to do anything these days, including market their house.
Yep.
Is that true?
Yeah, who needs pictures, right, to market their house? Nobody cares. They'll just pay whatever. Anyway, even if they haven't seen it, no, that's not correct. So, guys, here's the thing. It doesn't really matter the price point, but especially as the price point goes up, marketing is still important. Home searches always start online. If you're looking for homes right now, where do you go? You're online, you're looking, and it starts there. And when you see something that really catches your eye or sticks out, it just makes it that much easier to imagine yourself there. So definitely get with a team like ourselves at Rooted&Co, where we look at it and we do professional videography, photography, 3D tours. There might be a drone flyover that makes sense for your property. It's still worth doing. Just because it's always going to help rather than hurt.
All right, Andrew, the market's hot. It's still crazy.
Yep.
It has softened a little, but we still have bidding wars.
Mm-hmm.
So you always just pick the highest one, right? That just makes the most sense.
The most money, it's hard not to walk away from, but I'll tell you a little quick story. So just this last week, we have a client from California, had a property that was selling. They have cash, right? Ideal. Hey, we can go in and do whatever we want. Well, we went in, there were 8 offers on a property within 24 hours. So we were kind of in this scenario, and we did our thing, right? We had an escalation clause. You can kind of see on a side note, we'll talk about what an escalation clause is, but essentially we had an ability to start at a certain price point, which was above list price, and go higher and beat any other offer up to a certain point. Well, I found out later we were second place on the house. We were the highest offer. We had money going non-refundable right away because the buyer knew that they wanted this property. So they chose to do that. And we still didn't get it. And you know why? Well, of course you know why, but you don't know why. The reason why is because the other offer that came in, that they took the offer, they went with their highest price first. They came with their highest offer first. There was no escalation. There was no game there. And this 80-year-old couple liked that.
Yeah, they felt good about
So they
that.
left money on the table, and that's just kind of how it went. So that's kind of a weird example and showing it in a scenario where, Rooted wasn't the best. But at the end of the day, we did have the best offer, but that doesn't always matter. The biggest thing that matters are terms, you know, and a lot of times it is knowing what that seller is looking for. We thought we knew, but at the end of the day, that's just what hit them. And when they sold their last house, I think it was like 1960 something. So they just liked the idea of
it just being quick
an
and
offer.
easy.
But at the end of the day, the terms do matter. So if someone is cash versus financing, that does have something to do with it. If people are willing to say, we'll buy it as is without a whole bunch of inspections, that could be something that's enticing depending on the scenario. Like if there's family that owns the property together and they just want to be done.
Yeah, or
So-
the ability to lease it it back.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Okay.
reasons. So don't just think because you're not the highest price that you won't get it, but also if you're selling your home, it's not always the highest price that wins.
That's right. Well, thanks for joining us today in the 4 myths of selling a home in today's market. We can't wait to talk with you again, and don't forget to call us because we'd love to chat.